If you were in Los Angeles, Chicago, or New York, and you wanted to have your palms read, or your fortune told, or you wish to communicate with the dead, you'd probably look in the yellow pages or ask some friends if they knew anyone. But here in Cassadaga, Florida, all you have to do is go up and knock on any door.
In distance, Cassadaga is about a half-hour drive from Daytona Beach, but in lifestyle, it is hundreds of miles from almost any city in America. For nearly 100 years since its founding, Cassadaga has been a gathering point in residence for spiritualists, psychics, and mediums of all sorts. Nearly every one of the 300 or so people who live here is somehow involved with the occult. One medium who moved here recently from Ohio said she did so because she found it easier to communicate with the dead in Cassadaga than Cleveland. Most of the mediums, though, do readings for tourists like myself, and usually no appointment is necessary. Usually.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
Cassadaga is a very quiet town, but I didn't think it was going to be this quiet. There was something strange going on. Some people wouldn't make an appointment, and some people wouldn't talk to me at all.
Okay, talk now.
Okay, thank you very much.
I then went to the main shopping center of Cassadaga. At the height of the business day, the street was deserted. There were no cars, no shoppers, no tourists, and the store owners avoided us. I finally stopped a man in the street who, it turns out, had just come from a reading. He refused to have his face photographed. When I asked him why no one would talk to us, he told us many of the spiritualists in the area do not like to perform in front of cameras. We eventually found a man and a woman who would perform for us. The woman was much more cooperative and also much more successful. June Mahoney is a spiritualist and a psychometrist. A psychometrist tells people about themselves by a feel of an object that they own. June does this in person and through the mail.
I like to help people, and I feel that through the readings I have helped quite a few.
2 blocks from June, we talked to Bill Herman. Bill only agreed to see us for a few minutes because he was giving a private reading to someone in the back room. Bill is also a psychometrist and talks to the dead through trumpet levitation.
If you did a reading on me, what would you do? Just hand me the trumpet and I would concentrate?
No. When you're doing a reading is one thing. When you're holding a seance, I don't do anything. The trumpet is raised by spirit from the energies of everybody in the room. I don't do anything. Spirit levitates the trumpet. Spirit does the talking.
The trumpet will float around. I could never get it to do it for me.
Is there any significance to the fact that it's a trumpet? Why couldn't it be a trombone or a saxophone? Or...
Because it's light, it's collapsible, and if you're a traveling medium, you can push them together and take off.
My father used to always say, now don't talk about this because people don't understand it. And that was before psychic work come out into the open.
Could you put yourself in a trance now and levitate those trumpets?
Right now?
Right now.
No. We're not in the mood for it. And we're not holding a seance. We're holding an interview.
Some people will send me bracelets, rings, or letters through the mail that I hold in my hand and get feelings from.
Why would the spirits raise the trumpets? Why wouldn't they raise a chair or an ashtray?
They do.
June, you don't have to do this if you don't wish because of the cameras and the lights, and they might feel you're under particular pressure. But I have written 3 things in 3 separate pieces of yellow paper. And do you mind if I hand them to you and you do a reading on them?
I imagine that I could.
Here's the first one. And if I handed these to you, could you put your hands around them and give some kind of...
Right now?
Right now?
No, you've got me at a bad moment. I hadn't expected you, and I'm not prepared. And my mind is not with you or this interview, as you know already.
I see wide open spaces. I get a country feeling with it. I feel that he is going to try to make a new start, but I don't see him finishing.
I can't do it now for other reasons.
Okay, here's the next one. You just take that and hold it in your hand and see if you get any kind of impression from it.
I feel a lot of warmth coming from this, but I also feel a lot of action. And I want to say get to it because it's going to be fantastic. I feel real good with this person. I feel a lot of winnings.
Okay, this is the third one. Now, just from holding this piece of paper during this brief length of time, have you been able to pick up anything?
I hadn't tried to.
I feel real good with it, but I just want to sit here and laugh, and I feel there's a color connected with this. Brown, the color of your suit.
Open it up. No, open it.
Jerry Brown.
What would you say, Bill, if I told you that we gave these three pieces of paper to June Mahoney just the same way we did to you, under the same adverse conditions, and June was able to pick out one, the last name, she got it right on the head?
Well, I think she should have been able to do better now. I think she should have got 2 out of 3.
That's absolutely amazing.
You're welcome to come back and bring your cameras. And under ultraviolet ray, we will raise the trumpets for you and everybody else.
2 or 3 people in the Cassadaga business community, and that's all there are in the Cassadaga business community, seemed a little upset that the only reason tourists were coming here was to see the mediums. Perhaps that would account for the reason they erected this sign like this, to encourage them not to stop.